doing, man? You should kill somebody.
We are all soldiers now. Tonight, when that sun sets, it's gonna be every man for
It was
himself.
kind of amazing because what I learned on Werewolves is that I'm always gonna have a stuntman do my stunts. I'm never gonna do my own stunts because I was planning on doing the stunt, and when I showed up, they had a stuntman for me. And when I saw the stunt of him getting pulled, I was very glad that wasn't me. I mean, maybe if I wasn't an actor and wanted to be an actor, I'd want to be a stuntman to become an actor. But I got to tell you, man, the guy who did that was great. He's my size. I'll use him again without a doubt. Everyone thought it was me, so I don't even like telling you to top me. I've been in movies before. I've been on television. I've seen myself on the big screen. The biggest moment I ever had was June 12th, 1984, and that's because I was in the Celtics locker room when they beat the Lakers. So that was my biggest moment. I'm trying to catch that moment ever since. And a moment that came very close was I was sitting in the theater and Briar Cliff Entertainment presents Universal Picture. And it opens and you hear gunfire. And I gotta tell you, when you're a little kid, the reason you play cowboys and Indians and bad guys and good guys is because you want to be like those guys on TV. You want to be like those guys in the movies. And you want to look like that guy that I look like. So I appreciate that those producers wanted me to get in shape. I appreciated that they cared enough about their movie to make sure that I was cast. Before I showed up, I had a mohawk. Because they wanted to be a madman with a mohawk. And they were like, he's too much of a madman. So they wanted me to put weight back on and make sure that I looked rough, So I think that when he got up so in the mask, you asked about the mask. When I read about it in the script, I didn't want to put it on. I didn't want to put the mask on because in City on a Hill, it was like, you saw my fucking face. That was about getting the mask, the mask was off, right? And now I was like, I don't want to put a mask on my face. How are they going to know it's me, right? How are they going to know it's Cody, right? How are they going to know Cody's feelings? Then I saw that mask, I was like, no, I'm putting that mask on. Stephen Miller, the director, Stephen C. Miller, is a big kid. And if you get a chance to work with a guy like that, you better do it, because he's going to bring you back to the times when it was only fun, and I don't know if I gave him enough credit. I don't know if anyone gave him enough credit. I mean, he carried us all. Frank Grillo was showing up every day and he delivered a performance, but it was Frank's energy that everybody was riding on all day. He was keeping it all together, and when he showed me that mask, that's his dedication to that character. And man, for me, it made my job easier. Obviously, Alec Baldwin had a rotten, terrible, horrific situation happen to him with Rust. And, the armorer wasn't paying attention, allegedly, and everything went bad. And somebody died. And, Alec Baldwin had to go through a lot. And I just remember thinking, everybody has a responsibility. You know whose responsibility it was. And you can never blame anything on an actor in a movie because, they're from the second they get there, they're being directed to the, makeup chair, to the set, to leave the set, to here. It's a director's set, but there are protocols in place for safety, and they're there to protect everybody. And it's up to the armorer to make sure that, he knows what's going in that gun. There should never be live rounds on a movie set. It's not necessary. A movie's about magic, making magic. You don't need the real thing. You have to have the sense of reality. It's a sense of. That's how you make movies. It's as if. That's how Joe Pesci kills all those people in Goodfellas. It's as if he's killing them. He's not really killing them. It's as if. And I think that's the important factor as a young actor to recognize. You're acting. I was glad that it was an air gun, but But when they got me inside, that was the real deal. Like when I was inside and I picked up that gun, I was firing those rounds. Those were blanks, but that was heavy artillery, and it was awesome. And that werewolf was up in the tree to me. So, I mean, Stephen C. Miller was describing everything to me. I knew everything you see in the movie. That's what I was looking at. He was telling me, and he directed me through that scene. So he knew what he wanted. I brought the weight, I think,